Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you will be updated on all my future content. So this video is going to focus on multiplication with decimals. Our first example problem is 7.5 times 2.3. I'm going to go through step by step how to solve that problem. Now, the decimal points often throw a lot of people off. So what I would say is do not worry about the decimals until the very, very end of the problem. There is a very simple trick that I will show you to line up the decimal points correctly at the end of the problem. But first, you multiply it as if it were just any whole number, all right? You forget the decimals are there. You multiply it as if it were a regular whole number. Then at the very end, you put the decimal points in the correct place. So starting off, I'm just going to multiply the numbers as I would with any whole number problem. So 5 times 3 equals 15. 5, carry the 1. 7 times 3 equals 21, plus 1 equals 22. Now I'm going to put a 0 in the ones place since both digits in the ones place have been multiplied. Again, it's not really the ones place, but it is because we're pretending it's a whole number for now. For right now, we're pretending it's a whole number. We're not going to do anything with the decimals until the very end. Next, we multiply 5 times 2. 5 times 2 equals 10. 0, carry the 1. Seven times 2 equals 14. 1 equals 15. Next, we add both numbers together. 5 plus 0 equals 5. 2 plus 0 equals 2. 2 plus 5 equals 7. 0 plus 1 equals 1. So if we're just multiplying whole numbers, our answer would be 1,725. But we are working with decimals, so we have to move the decimal point over. Now, when it comes to whole numbers, there is a decimal point in the number, but it's invisible and we kind of just ignore it. But whenever you're working with a whole number, the decimal point's always at the end of all the numbers. So for the number 1,725, the decimal point is behind all of the digits. So we're going to need to move the decimal point over. Now here's how you figure out where the decimal point needs to go. You start off putting the decimal point behind all of the digits. Then you go to your answer and you count how many total digits are behind the decimal point. So we have one digit behind the decimal point in number 7.5 and one digit behind the decimal point in 2.3. So we have two total digits that are behind the decimal point. So we have to move the decimal over 2 places. So 1, 2. So now we have our final answer. 7.5 times 2.3 equals 17.25. Or another way to say it is 17 and 25 hundredths. All right, moving on to the next example problem. Hang on, I need to grab an eraser here. All right, so next example, we have 5 and 33/100 times 22. So again, starting off, we're going to write it as if it were a whole number. We're not going to worry about the decimal point to start. We're going to write it as a whole number and multiply. So 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 2 equals 6. 5 times 2 equals 10. Next, we put a 0 because both of the numbers here have been multiplied. Again, 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 2 equals 6. 5 times 2 equals 10. Next, we have to add these numbers together. 6 plus 0 equals 6. 6 plus 6 equals 12. 2 carry the 1. 0 plus 6 equals 6 plus 1 is 7. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 0 plus 1 equals 1. So if these were both whole numbers, the answer would be 11,726. Now the final step is we move the decimal point over. And to determine how many times we have to move the decimal point over, we simply have to count how many digits are behind the decimal point in our number sentence. So for 5 and 33/100, we have 2 digits behind the decimal point. For 22, 22 is a whole number. Decimal points are always behind all the digits. So all the digits are in front of the decimal point in a whole number. So we only have 2 digits behind the decimal point in this problem. So we have to move over the decimal point in our answer 2 places. So we move it over 1 place, then the answer becomes 1,172.6. We move it over 2 places, and the answer becomes 117.26, or 117 and 26 hundredths. So 5 and 33/100 times 22 equals 117,026 hundredths. All right, that is my live stream for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video. And if there is an area of math or reading that you're having difficulty with, put that in the comments and I will do a future video on that skill. Until next time, this is Mr. Camilleri signing off.